Hi guys, I want to make another video explaining some things, some comments I got under the video where I talked about white women being jealous of black women. I don't know how we got here, but the YouTube video has more than 106,000 views now, which is absolutely insane to me. And we are now more than 3,000 people on this channel. And first of all, I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for writing me, commenting, liking. This means so much to me. I, I don't know how we got here, but it's amazing to see so many people on my platform thinking that I'm in any way worth their time, and I really, really appreciate that. However, I got a flood of comments that were, some of them repeated itself from different people, but the context was literally the same. So I thought I should address some of these comments just to clear some of the air. Starting with one of the comments that I can't even count how many times I got it was, black women are jealous too because they wear blonde weaves or blonde hair, contacts, they relax their hair or whatever. First of all, even if there was an atom of truth in this, and there's not, and I'm going to tell you why, the reason for that so-called jealousy is another one than the reason of white women being jealous. So if at all, let's just use the example of there was a black woman or there is a black woman that could be jealous of a white woman. Why is she jealous and what is she jealous about? So why she's jealous is because there was a system, or there is a system that's being created that constantly tells her she's not beautiful, she's not worth it, she's not this, she's not that. So that jealousy comes from a form of the environment around her, makes her think she's of lesser worth or whatever because of her identity, her complexion, her hair texture, hair whatever. Meanwhile, white women's jealousy results simply from I can't get what I'm seeing and I'm hating you because you're unachievable for me. But what do you people think black women are jealous of? Because last time I checked, black women age like, damn. I have sister-in-laws that are old enough to be my mother and they look younger than me, and I'm not kidding. That is a plain fact, and I know some of you will say this. It is what it is. That's the truth. That's because melanin is the number one protector of UV sunlight, and sunlight is the number one aging reason for skin. This is scientific. This is science. You don't argue with me. Go to Google and Google it. This is the pure truth. So if you say black women are jealous of white women, what are they jealous of? Are they jealous of the skin, or are they jealous of the privileges that come with being white? Peace, not being seen a threat for everything they are, everything that's white privilege. If black people could be jealous at all, are they jealous of a white person's identity, or are they jealous of a white person's social peace and the fact that our skin color is never seen a threat, which is a huge factor for peace when you come to society. So even if you want to back this up, there is no arguments for that. Then going even further into this, when the black DNA mutates, every other ethnicity in the world is born. There is a word, and I'm trying to pronounce it, and I'm most likely going to be wrong, but I will say it anyway. Mitochondrial, something like that. It's literally called the Eve gene. So that means that any ethnicity in the world can be found in the DNA of the black woman. So why would the black woman give birth to anyone? Why would the black woman be jealous of any one of the mutations she gave birth to? That makes no sense. Furthermore, blonde hair and straight hair is not mutually exclusive to white people. Because last time I checked, Peruvian, Malaysian, Brazilian, Indian hair, they are not white people. I don't know where you guys dig this bullshit out from, but they are not white people. So I've never seen a black woman wearing Swedish bundles, Caucasian bundles, German bundles. Black women don't want this. They want full long hair. They want all these bundles that come from countries that the women are labeled people of color. and they are not seen as white. They are not, their hair black people are buying are not hair from white people. Stop flattering yourself with this kind of crap because it doesn't exist. This is a fake ass argument that has absolutely no backup. If you want to Google, why don't you check people from the Solomon Islands as just one single proof that black people can be dark skinned, have blue eyes, and blonde hair. So, then another comment that I really got a lot was, we already know, you don't need to tell us, coming from black people. So I want to clear this, and I've said it before. I'm sorry if you come from a previous video and you're saying this. I'm going to say things that I've said before. I'm sorry about that. My content is not directed to black people. The fact that black people are the main audience is simply is a result of racism, because black people have gotten so used to white people being so radically racist, and not even being shy or even be ashamed about it, that if somebody speaks out against this, if somebody repeats what they have been saying, that's not a black person, is somehow different for them. That is the only reason why my main audience is black, not because black people need to hear my message. They don't need my voice. They don't need my message. They have been saying this for the last 500 years. Stop thinking that I am directing or talking for, on behalf, or about black people. Okay, sometimes I talk about black people because those problems are about black people, because they are the ones being oppressed. So there is no way you can talk about critical whiteness without talking about the person that's being oppressed. But I am not speaking on behalf, for, or in place of. I'm not trying to be the voice of black people. That's far from where I'm going, or from where I am trying to go to. I am trying to direct my content, or I'm directing my content solely to white people. I want my fellow white people to understand, to change, and at the end of the day, to tear the system down. That is what I'm trying to do. So I know that that's a huge thinking, and it's a huge dream. But hey, my husband always says, if you can't live big if you don't dream big. So, and I mean, we have to start somewhere, and I cannot know all these things and then not do anything about it. And then one day my children will be like, Mama, you knew all these things. Why didn't you do something? Why didn't you try to make a change? I can't live with that guilt on my shoulders. It's just, I don't want that. Factually, I have all this blood dripping from my hands, all this guilt on my shoulders, because I was born white. But it's up to me to decide if I want to use that knowledge I got from black people and take it to white audiences and tell them this is what we've been doing, because apparently we listen to our own more than we listen to the oppressed. And this is already racism, because not listening to the people you're hurting is racism. That's so simple. Then one of the comments was like, this is a black woman trapped in a white woman's body. And this is so dangerous and so problematic, because it literally trivializes the work black women have put into me, for me to be able to talk what I'm talking about, for me to be able to see your pain, to see your struggle, to see how you feel, because black women took me on the hand, and black women showed me what they feel like. Black women taught me how to take care of my children's hair. Black women taught me how to understand the system. Black women taught me what it means for them to be in the oppressive situation and still shine every single day. So you telling me that is literally trivializing what black people have put into me and are still putting into me, and what they are going through by themselves. I understand that the accent is irritating to many people. I absolutely understand that. But I want to just quickly tell you that none of the people complaining about my accent would ever complain if I was having a UK accent or an American accent. None of you would ever complain about that, because if my husband was from the UK or from America and I would be talking about Wanna Gonna, nobody will, it will not be anything different, as in nobody will mention it. I don't know if people are aware, but in Germany we don't speak English. Like, we literally learn English in school to have like small communications, but we don't go in depth. You don't need English in Germany here, because we don't speak it. It's not part of the society, it's not part of the culture, nothing. There is nothing English speaking here. So when I met him, it was so much easier for me to cope with the English I already had and learn further in my English than him learning German. And now he speaks German the way I speak English, and he has a very strong German accent from the area we live in, because that's where we have been for the last 13 years. So also, I met him when I was 16. I've spent all my adult life with him. All the English I know, I learned it from him. He is a Nigerian. How is he supposed to speak? So I've been around Africans, I've been around Nigerians all my adult life, and I learn English from them. So it's just natural for me to learn the English they learned too, just like they learn my German when they learn German. So there is literally nothing to it. Then I'm not even going to pull this I'm such a good white person card, or I'm not racist kind of card, or the kind of, if you only knew me, you knew that this and this was like that and that. Because one of the comments that was really common was, she cannot be trusted. Her intentions and reasons are not clear. And if you're black, I want you to know that I understand that you feel like that. As in, I know you don't give no fucks about my understanding and about my empathy, and that's very fine. That's absolutely okay, because if I put myself into your shoes and I imagine being an African American woman in America, in a country that outcasts, oppresses, kills me on a daily basis, kills my people, oppresses my people, labels my people, I will stay the hell away from the average white person. That's not even up for debate. So when I see black people that are like, suspicious, and they're like, it is normal for them to feel this way, I am not offended by that, because I know it comes from a point of, this has been going on for the last 500 years. So it's only natural for every black person to be suspicious, or to be very careful around white people. That's even, I tell the people I love, even if somebody asks me, I will tell you, stay the hell away from the average white person. We cannot be trusted in general. It is what it is. And white people taught me that. And I have experienced so much hate from white people. I have gotten death threats from white people for having a black man, a black children. I've received messages that said, if I see you on the road, I'm going to slaughter you, blah, 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 blah. But that doesn't mean that what I'm saying is wrong. It just means that they are seeing me as a kind of like shame for their race, which is just another proof of what I always say: all white people are racist. I am not excluding myself from that. I am still racist because I benefit from racism, not because I run around calling black people the N-word, or calling black people racial slurs, or oppressing black people actively, but I partake in racism because I benefit from it, because that's what the system I was born into. So it's my choice, and it's my duty, not even choice, it's my duty to change that. It's my duty to use the privilege I was given at birth to try and change the system. I know that sounds like daydreaming, but one day begins a story, and I cannot sit here and know all these things and not do shit about it. That's just not going to happen. So when it comes to my intentions, I just want equity for black people. I just want this to stop. I want us to pay reparations. I want us to decolonize Africa. I want us to give independence, not even give. I want Africans to take independence from European countries. I want the Western world to stop exploiting the motherland. I want all Western companies, all Western people that don't have no good intentions in Africa, I want them to be kicked out of the motherland. I want those borders down. I want passports to be equal. I want currencies to be equal. I want black people to have the throne they deserve. I want black people to be at the position they deserve to be in society. I want us to own up to our bullshit. I want us to correct history. I want us to stop this white privilege. I want us to take that privilege down because we don't deserve it. Oh, the list goes on and on. But if you ask for my intentions are 11, 4, and 2 years old. These are children that look up to me. All the other kids in our family, they are all black. They all have 2 black parents. My kids are the only one that have a white parent. And I owe this not only to my children, but to every black person that suffers from my privilege. So this is not a matter of intentions. It's not a matter of reasons. It's a matter of decent humanity. That other white people don't see it like this doesn't make my intentions any less. It doesn't mean that you should trust every other white person. Please don't. Please don't. Because for your own safety, my son is 11 years old. I tell him, be careful around white people. You don't know who is going to stab your back. And it's sad and painful that I need to have this conversation with my child about people that look like his own mother, but society doesn't give me no chance. And then another comment I want to address, because it fits this situation, is your children are not black. Mainly coming from, I can't really say, because most of these comments are literally like ghosts. There is no profile picture, no content, no nothing. So, but I'm still going to address it anyway. Because there was a situation in TikTok, I made a video about why the term mixed race is racist. I'm going to go into this in another video because it's about racist language. But I don't care who you are. I don't give a flying fuck who you are. If you're black, if you're Asian, if you're Turkish, if you're German, you don't get to label my children. It's that simple. And if you think my kids are not black. That's your opinion, but keep it. Your commenting is not by force. You need to understand that commenting is not by force. And as long as the black gene is biologically dominant and the white gene is recessive, my kids have all the right to claim their blackness. I never denied my children their whiteness. Society does. I never told my kids you're not white, because how dumb would I be? I'm white as the wall behind me. Well, mixed with a little pink though. But I am not denying my kids their whiteness. The society they were born and brought up in does. When I leave the house with my three children, I've been complimented for adopting children. Children that came from my body. My daughter literally looks like my twin. My children don't have room in a white society to claim their whiteness. And as long as that is the case, I will always and forever label my children black with a white mother, because denying them their blackness is abuse. Telling them that they are half white and the society will tell them you're black is going to mentally break these kids one day. I don't know if you people have not seen white people breaking black kids with a white mother, because these white women taught them that you are also white. Then these children will go outside and claim whiteness that society doesn't give them. And they will be like, wait, did my mom lie? Never. It will never happen. I will never lie to my kids. I'm telling my kids white people ain't shit. Stay the hell away from the average white person. And my kids have all the right to claim their blackness. Their father is black. If you see a black child with a white parent, the first features you normally see are still the black features. The hair texture, the shape of the face. If you see my middle son, God damn it, he looks like his father. He is literally the copy of his dad. The only thing these kids have that makes them fairer in complexion is, of course, my genetics. But if they are not able to claim that whiteness socially, tell me one reason. Why would I give them the impression that societies give them anything like white privilege just because their mother is white? Why in the world am I going to allow my kids to run into an open knife? Why in the world would I deny my kids or call my children half white where society labels them black? There are black people that are lighter than my children. Black in that sense, from what black people taught me, is not a matter of your actual complexion, but your heritage. If I and also how black people are getting treated in society. So I am well aware of the fact that my children have something like light skin privilege, because the white societies prefer to give black people with a lighter complexion more stage and more attention than dark-skinned black people, which is colorism and which is racism. And colorism is the little sister of racism. There won't be no colorism if there won't be no racism. So even colorism falls back on the white man. So I am well aware of the fact that my kids are like more like the better white black people because they are closer to their white side and because they are not that dark in complexion like their father. That doesn't mean that they're not being called the N-word. That doesn't mean that society doesn't outcast them. That doesn't mean that my children have been complimented for speaking good German. The language they spoke first, the country they were born and brought up in, does not claim my kids. And as long as that is the fact, I'm never going to tell my children to go and claim whiteness that society doesn't give no room for, because it's about their mental sanity and about their mental health. And I'm not going to allow that to break my children one day. So if you think that you are entitled to that opinion, you're not. If you're black, you're not. If you're white, you're not. Because these are my kids. And these are their self-definition. And there are countless of other black children or black adults that have a white parent that chose to define themselves as black because one of the features, one of the reasons is because of the societies they were brought up in. And one of the reasons is the self-identification they chose. Nobody has the right to tell these people how to define themselves. That's wrong. And it's very dangerous for the belonging my children experience from African communities, from black communities. And I've never in my life seen white people claim my children. White people in general don't claim black children with a white parent. This white privilege I have doesn't extend to my kids. So as long as that is the case, telling them, oh, you're half white, and implying that they are enjoying half white privilege is dangerous to my children, and it's not going to happen. So you don't get to tell me how to define my children, as long as I'm not going the wrong way by calling them racial slurs or by telling them they are not white. They know I am raising them. They know that they come from me. They are not dumb. So you don't need to imply that I'm denying my children their whiteness, whereby I literally don't. Moreover, you people don't even know. Those comments coming from people that I mean, have you spoken to my kids? Have you been with us? Have you been around us that you know how their everyday life works? So these are comments that are wrong, and just because that person was saying that I was disrespecting a black woman because she told me that my kids are biracial. They are not biracial. No human being is biracial. Biracial comes from the race theory, and the race theory has been proven over and over again to be of racist origin and to be wrong, because humans are not, if humans were divided into races, we couldn't interbreed. A dog and a cow cannot have a child. They are of different races. They can't interbreed. We are not racist. Races are a racist construct by the white man to divide us into what we are not supposed to be divided into. So that doesn't change that there are political layers of whiteness and blackness. That is different. That's different from races. So when you label my children anything race, I will tell you they're not. It doesn't matter who you are. And I was by no means disrespectful. I still have the screenshot, so if you're watching this. But however, I just wanted to say that only because someone is black or someone is a person of color doesn't give them the right to label my kids, or doesn't give them the right to call me names, or to tell me I have a fake intention, or whatever insults you want to blow, you can blow it, and I'm going to delete it. So it's that simple. That has nothing to do with right fragility, by the way. It simply has something to do with I'm not going to entertain your bullshit. That's literally all. So, however, I am very grateful for all of you guys that follow me. Whether you follow me because you're hating, or you follow me because you want to know more of my content, you still follow me and you're still a follower. So what some of these people don't understand, the moment you follow and the moment you comment, you are actually helping the YouTube algorithm to recommend my videos to other people. So all these haters watching my videos, and you people, yesterday I deleted at least 50 screenshots, 50 comments from the same person. You don't know that you are helping the algorithm. So if you are so pressed about my content, shouldn't you want that content to be taken down? In opposite of that, you're helping that content to be spread even further. So actually, I should be thanking you. Well, thank you. All the other guys, of course, as usual, if I said anything wrong, anything offensive, anything you think I need to be lectured on, please, absolutely. I mean, I am a work in progress. Everybody's a work in progress, especially in a topic of blackness. I am not black. So I can only speak for my own children and the people around me that taught me about their ways and their feelings and their thinking. That doesn't apply to everybody, of course. And please, if you're black, please don't fight people in the comments on my behalf. It's not necessary. I'm going to delete this comment, so don't entertain the trolls. Don't stress yourself over me. I don't want it. I don't deserve it. I don't want any black person's feelings hurt just because they are in defense of my content. I love you guys for this. Oh my God, I can't even... This video is long as hell. I'm so sorry, but this topic is so deep, and I appreciate the love, and I see you all. But please do not feel the need to thank me. It is not necessary. It is not the right thing to do, in a sense of this is my duty. None of you will be thanking a police officer for convicting, or for taking a kidnapper, or taking a pedophile, or taking a murderer, and making sure that person is being convicted. So we need to take that same standard and that same measurement and that same expectations towards white people. We need to hold white people accountable for racism, and that includes doing anti-racist work, and that includes critical whiteness work, that includes self-reflection, that includes learning. It is not worth praises. It's not worth thank yous. It's not worth anything. It's a long overdue duty that every white person should be doing and should be having. So I really do not deserve no praises. I understand where it's coming from, and I appreciate it. But please, it only confirms my point that all white people are racist, and it's painful to know how damn used to racism you people are. It's painful to know that you've been done so wrong all your life, for generations over generations over generations, by people like me, and now feel the need to like, oh, she's different. I am still benefiting from your oppression. I don't want it, but I still do. So the least I can do is to talk about it. That's the bare minimum. And nobody should be thanking anybody for doing the bare minimum. To my fellow white people, as usual, do better, or else karma will get you.